Cannot tell you how excited we are. Just days away from the opening game of the Women's Euros. As we take a look at the odds, many saying that there are a few favourites in this one, but as you can see, standing out there at the top of the pile is Spain. England, the hosts, just behind them, as we now welcome in Gemma Soler, who will be on the coverage for ESPN during the Women's Euros. Ian Dark as well with us. He'll be commentating on the games. Great to have you both with us. Gemma, I want to start with you. The other day, Christina, one of our hosts here, was talking to Sid Lowe about Spain, and he said they've been dismissing the favourites tag. Is that true? Are they doing that to take the pressure off themselves? Or is it something that they're genuinely taking game by game, as we're hearing from the Spain camp?
Well, okay, yeah, that's true what Sid said. They don't want that much pressure, and I think it's fair enough because they are seventh in the ranking and they don't have in the history a huge success to go there to the Euros and say, okay, you are the favorites. And there's another aspect as well. 9 of these players, they played for FC Barcelona last season, and they truly believe they were the favorites to win the second Champions League in a row. And truth was that they didn't have a chance against Olympique de Lyon. So I think that they want that experience, that bad experience, put the feet on the ground, and they want to take one step at a time. And in the Euros, I'm not that much sure they are the absolute candidates. I think it's going to be an exciting competition because there are 4 or 5 teams very powerful. And I think there is a top 3 of candidates. Yes, Spain is on there, but we cannot forget about Germany. For me, maybe the most competitive team, and Sweden, that has an amazing generation of, players with a lot of experience, and they can be one of the candidates as well.
One thing we must talk about, though, is the fact that Spain do have Alexia Pouxay as the Ballon d'Or winner, obviously the grand hope here, and all eyes will be on her. Can we talk a little bit more about her, Gemma?
Yeah, she's such a talented player. She has an amazing skills. She is having a wonderful career. 28 years old. And actually, in the same team, they have the Alexia Pouxay too, who is Ariana Bonmatí. So I think she's having the best 2 seasons of her career, and has so much security and such a good connection with the rest of the players, and she's a truly potential player that. I know it's very easy to compare, but she would be the Leo Messi of the former Barcelona men's team. So she's having a great season. But once again, we have to go back to that final of the Champions League. She had such a disappointment there. She couldn't play her football. She's truly a very talented player, but I think she had such a bad time in that final in Turin, and I think that's why the rest of the team and Alexia herself are taking this international competition with a lot of caution, I think.
Let's talk about England then, if we can, Ian. Will they be under pressure given the fact that they are the hosts to bring it home?
A little bit, yeah. There is quite a lot of excitement and expectation about this tournament. They've already sold 87,000 tickets for the final at Wembley at the end of the month. So that's going to be the biggest crowd for any men's or women's European Championship match. So that's the level of interest. All the England games are a sellout. They'll start with over 70,000 watching them at Manchester United's ground, Old Trafford, against Austria on Wednesday. And, in the prep games, they've looked good. They've looked physically strong. They play a very effective high-pressing game. They've got 2 exciting wingers. They've got a goal scorer in Ellen White. And they've got a coach who led the Netherlands to the triumph in 2017. So, there's not a lot wrong, except they've never won anything before. So can they do it now? That's the question.
Yeah, I think that's only added to the expectations as well, the fact that Wiegman is there with England. Anyway, let's talk about the dark horses in this one. If we've talked about the favourites here being the likes of Spain and England, we're just seeing some of the other names and the other teams here. And there's a fair few that could go all the way, it is really fair to say. So if it isn't Spain and it isn't England, who have you got, Gemma?
I'll definitely go for Germany as a competitive team of Sweden. We cannot forget about the defending champions, Netherlands. So as I was mentioning, I'll put 5 teams there in that they could be the winners. And I think this will make a very exciting competition. For example, the Spanish group stage with Germany, with Finland, it's such a difficult group. I mean, anything could happen. Yes, Spain and Germany are candidate, but they can have difficulties and don't go through. So I think it's going to be such an exciting tournament.
Gemma, everyone's saying it could be anybody. We want one for you if it isn't Spain or England. You're going to say Germany?
Yeah, I'll go with Germany.
All right. What about you, Ian?
I think looking at those odds, I'd say Sweden myself. They got to the Olympic final. They were a bit unlucky not to win it, really, against Canada. Lots of experienced players like Caroline Sager there in the midfield, Aslani as well. They know their way around a tournament. I think they're going to take the world of beating. I don't think they've actually been beaten at all by anybody since that Olympic final. So they're a tough nut, I think, for anybody to crack. But they are in that same group with the Netherlands, who really weren't that impressive against England recently. But I'm told by the coach that they're going to be all right on the night. That's what he says anyway.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.